abductions have been going on in all parts of the country, and Kwara State is not left out of these scary incidents. Today on our discussion segment, our focus will be on insecurity, the rising cases of abduction. Good morning and welcome to Morning Safari. I am Amina Yusuf. Apart from our discussion segment, our other complementary segments are well packaged just to make your Saturday morning an informative one. Let's take a short break. We'll be right back.
Morning Safari, your breakfast Saturday morning magazine show, is available for your patronage. From all shades of opinion to exciting and exclusive interview of personalities, corporate bodies and organizations, for your business and social engagement, event coverage, product launch and rebranding, annual general meetings, we are at your beck and call. You can as well advertise and promote your business, commercial activities, hotel and tourism, entrepreneurship development, and many more are all at our services. Contact us today. The numbers to call are Bola 080-565-30106, Tony 080-349-71969, or visit us at our office, NTA ILORIN, along Fatih Road, Ilorin. You can log on to our social streaming platform live on www.facebook.com/NTA ILORIN. Morning Safari, we serve you better.
Now to the newspaper segment. I'm not alone on this. With me is
all
right, welcome. Good morning.
Good morning.
With me is the Saturday Tribune and the Nation.
With me is the Saturday Vanguard.
Let's start with the Saturday Tribune. Above the masthead, business mogul Akani Oloku dies at 79. This story can be found on page 8. My parents told me when I was 12 that I had sickle cell disorder. This story can be found on page 19. Glow sponsors Ojude Oba 2022 unveils festival consumer promo. This story can be found on page 6. And below the masthead, more presidential VP candidates claim missing certificates. How we lost our certificates, PDP's Okowa. YPP's Ado Ibrahim. Names on our certificates, not our present name, says Atiku and Yabagi. The stories can be found on page 3. Appeal Court sentenced Senator to 7 years imprisonment. The story can be found on page 5. I did not hold any meeting with Wike in France, says Tinubu. The story can be found on page 10. I am not a herbalist, I am a Christian and I go to church, says actor Adewale Oluebuso. This story can be found on page 2. Terrorism taking toll on Nigerians. Buhari laments. Mourns soldiers, policemen killed by terrorists in Shiroro. The story can be found on page 5. And at the back of the Saturday Tribune, notes from Atlanta with Farouk Perogi. Continue as to strike a shame on all of us. If you have interest in any of these headlines, get the Saturday Tribune.
On our Saturday Vanguard, above the nameplate, killings, we designate Nigeria country of particular concern. CPC, US senators tell their government as Canada warns citizens against traveling to Nigeria. That story is on page 6. Senator Owambushi jailed 7 years for money laundering, heads to Supreme Court. That story is on page 7. Obi disowns Muslim praying mat with embossed portraits. That story is on page 7. 2023 presidency, Atiku may inherit Buhari's northern support. As many northern APC members plan to work for him, just as many PDP northern members voted Buhari in 2015. That story is on page 15. Spirit of downfall, widowhood, sexual immorality, Biafran war, love, corruption, captured in Dr. Ugoji's Egbujo's gripping tale about Lagos life. That story is on page 16. 2023, Tinubu, Atiku can't fix Nigeria. Ango Abdullahi. Why delegates voted for them? Politicians have failed. Let's try technocrats. I don't know Peter Obi. Alleged organ harvesting. Upo had offered to donate kidney to Ekweremadu's daughter. Lawyer, that story is on page 17. Attention police, I'll close the case with money. Suspected killer of widow's son boasts in Anambra. That story is on page 20. Wike shuns articles emissary in Turkey. That story is on page 7. And behind our Saturday Vanguard, Neymar confronts PSG over transfer stance in contact with Chelsea. Credible signings, teamwork won. Rivers United 2021/2022 NPFL title, Stanley Eguma. Amusan shines in Stockholm, shifts focus to World Championships. State FA chairman give NFF 2-week ultimatum to hold General Assembly. FIBA World Cup qualifiers, the Tigers lose to Cape Verde. Morocco 2022 Africa Women's Cup of Nations. Super Falcons coach wary of Bayana threat. Odegbami, the passage of an enigma, Ara. And that'll be all on Sports Vanguard.
And to the nation above the masthead. Appeal court jails Senator 7 years for money laundering. Lawmaker heads to Supreme Court. The story can be found on page 6. Ekweremadu, court orders immigration NIMC to release donors' biodata. The story can be found on page 7. And below the masthead, pressure mounts on Atiku. IU as PDP crisis deepens. JAG 2023 looks blink over vice presidential nominee. We need Wike, says Okowa's aide. I didn't meet with Rivers governor in France, says Tinubu. In court, documents, estranged wife accuses P-Square's Paul Okoye for infidelity. This can be found on page 2. Owo attack. U.S. senators want Nigeria restored to religious violators list. The story can be found on page 7. How terrorists overran Ajata Aboki mining site in Niger. Buhari vows to rescue captives, punish perpetrators. Bandits kill 7 soldiers in Taraba. The story can be found on page 7. UK to send Nigerian criminals home to serve jail terms. The story can be found on page 7. And behind the nation, Shegu Ayobolu eliminations, politics, religion, and 2023. Nigeria League is dead. If you have interest in any of this headline, get the nation. And all thanks to our supplier for always supplying us with our dailies. Next on our lineup is fitness, various exercises that may help your lungs to become very healthy. Let's have it.
Good morning, viewers. Welcome to the fitness segment on Morning Safari. I am Ajide Dare Emmanuel. Today on the fitness segment, we will be looking at various exercises that you can do in order to make your lungs strong. The first exercise is called cardiovascular exercise. If you know you can't do these exercises the way I'm doing it, you can actually take a walk or jog for a few minutes. And the second exercise to make our lungs stronger is core exercise, which we'll be doing the plank and sit-up. And the third exercise for today is a breathing exercise. So to do this, you lie down on your back, place your left hand on your chest, your right hand on your stomach, then you breathe in through your stomach and exhale through your mouth in 2 seconds. Alright viewers, that will be all for today on fitness segment on Morning Safari. I hope you've learned one of two things from what I just demonstrated for you. On this, Morning Safari continues.
Yes, various exercises to keep your lungs very strong. So try all these exercises at home in order to make your lungs very healthy. Now is to our health segment where we have ulcer, causes of ulcer, treatments and prevention.
Stomach ulcer, also known as gastric ulcers, among other health challenges. It occurs when the thick layer that protects the stomach from digestive juices is reduced. Stomach ulcers can be easily cured, but can become severe if urgent and adequate treatment is not taken. Dr. Shitu Lamidi Oladipo will tell us more about stomach ulcers, its symptoms and preventions.
Ulcer means pain in a specific place we call epigastrium of the abdomen. It's in the abdomen upper part of it, which is called epigastrium. And there's no other place apart from the back, directly opposite the site of the ulcer in the epigastrium, through to the back. That's another place you can have the pain of ulcer. The pain could be described in so many ways. It's supposed to be pepperish, which is the standard one, pepperish and deep in the epigastrium. But somebody will tell you it's a pain, which is not pepperish, it's not pepperish, but the pain is there. And then sometimes they will even tell you, show me where your ulcer is. They will point to the lower abdomen, say the ulcer is there. Where do you have the pain? Some of them will even point to the back. That's the truth I'm telling you from my practice. That's what I found out. So since that time I've decided to always ask them to point to the place, not just to tell them they have ulcer.
He discussed further about the symptoms of stomach ulcer to include pain in the middle of abdomen between the chest, weight loss, nausea, vomiting, among others.
Pain is the main symptom, but usually pepperish. Then when it's deep, when it's becoming penetrating ulcer, then some other dimension comes in. It's not longer just pepperish, but they will tell you it's like a wound, a stabbing wound or something like that, right deep down in the epigastric region. If you have any pain, particularly in the abdomen or in the stomach, it's better you see a medical to let you know which type of pain you have, so that you can have a proper treatment, and not just to go and buy drugs from the chemist, and then which may even provoke the ulcer. There are some drugs, that reminds me, there are some drugs you take which can also provoke that. Those ones which are for arthritis, like diclofenac and other things like that. So it's better you see your medical doctor, who will tell you this pain is arising from here, is due to this, and they'll be able to give the proper medication.
According to Medical Journal, stomach ulcers can be prevented by maintaining good hygiene, also clean and cook your food properly, follow recommended dosage for medications, and avoid alcohol intake. Health is wealth.
let's take our health very serious. Try to eat at the right time so that you don't become an ulcer patient. Next is for our kids at home. Get ready. Cartoon Home is here for you. So the continuation of Let's Read Cartoon will start now.
You are all invited to a party. Just head to the Milky Way. Turn right at the Big Dipper. Third planet from the sun. Look for my balloons. Party.
I hate to think about it, but it's as real as you and me. If I should go, hold my hand. Oh! If I should leave, you're alive. You scared me so bad.
You were scared. I almost made a number 3. Not too hard. It is still a possibility. Wapak 2 6 Ira Uru Oloto Tava Chaiko Tuta Saluber 2 Ira Wapak. Caprica.
What was all that?
Not all Gorg speak has humans' words, but it turns out Gorg was not here because of my invitation, though Gorg would have been happy to attend. Gorg was here because Gorg was tracking the rock.
What was in that thing?
Gorg family. It is entire next generation.
All of them?
All of them. Family. It is entire next generation.
All of them?
All of them.
No wonder they've been chasing you.
Hope our kids at home have enjoyed this cartoon, Home Sweet Home. So you stay tuned for the continuation. next week. It's now time for our discussion segment. But before you meet my guests, let's take a background report on the topic, insecurity, the rise in cases of abduction.
Insecurity in Nigeria has become a recurring desma. From the north to the south, the problem of insecurity has continued to threaten the future of Nigeria, with many persons kidnapped daily. According to research, kidnapping in Nigeria started in the year 2006, when the militants of the Niger Delta took total hostage to protest the inequality in the region. This snowballed into kidnapping for ransom, and other parts of the country queued into this evil, especially the northern part of Nigeria. Kidnapping is a major problem in Nigeria in the early 21st century. Kidnapping by bandits and insurgents is among the biggest organized gang crime in Nigeria and is a national security challenge. Research shows that Nigeria has one of the world's highest rates of kidnap for ransom cases. Kwara State is not left out of this scary incident, as series of abduction cases have been reported in Kwara State.
Personally, I would say kidnapping goes way back in the times of slave trading, because you have to kidnap someone to sell to the colonial masters. So yeah, I think kidnapping actually started like in early 90s or late 80s.
There has been a lull, in the activities of bandits between that 2018 and 2021, but there have been isolated cases of them coming to some of our villages to come and harass the farmers, take their animals, take food items, and in some cases they even killed some people. Between 11th May 2022 and 13th June, that's last week, 13th June, we have had 8 cases of attacks on villages.
This evil act has been attributed to abject poverty, corruption and fraud, political influence, joblessness, terrorism, lack of capital punishment by the government. The change in value system and quick money syndrome are the major causes of kidnapping in Nigeria. This evil needs to be curbed. It has to be a collective effort of both the government, security experts, and the citizens of the country.
You see, there is this article that says prosecution is deterrent to crime. When crime goes unnoticed, we simply sweep it under the carpet because it doesn't concern me. So this issue of kidnapping is becoming so deadly, it's so rampant, and we don't hear of people being prosecuted. If we hear today this man was sentenced to life imprisonment, he's sentenced to death for kidnapping, people will start thinking. But you see, this drive for money on the part of the public, everybody wants to get rich quick at all costs, resulting from the politicians becoming so rich and displaying their wealth to youths who now swear that by thin, come thick or thin, they are going to get this money.
I think the only solution is good governance that tackles corruption and indiscipline in public sector as well as our private lives.
Security often has to do with groups' effort to protect its members from harm. Every hand must be on deck to ensure this evil comes to an end. The family, community, society, the local government, the state government, the federal government, and all security experts have a role to play in order to end this deadly evil. Security is everyone's business.
That's the background report on the topic. It's now time for us to start the discussion. I have 2 guests with me. The first is a security expert in person of Paris Agiki. Good morning and welcome to Morning Safari. Good morning. And the next is a public affairs analyst in person of Comrade Abioye Mumin Yusuf. Good morning and welcome to Morning Safari.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Let's start this way. Kidnapping, abduction, whatever name we call it, has been no longer news with us. But for the benefit of additional knowledge, let me come to you, the public affairs analyst. What is kidnapping?
Yes, thank you very much once again for having me. Just in the real context of it, the way it affects every one of us, that is going to, thank God we have a security expert here. Yes. But the word kidnapping, just like you have said, is not new. We all know you can kidnap just a cop for a ransom within your house. Perhaps you are playing, you understand? But when it becomes a situation whereby it's no longer for play, but is a form of commercialized venture in which people have to go through all sorts of emotional, psychological, and of course including financial difficulty to ensure that they regain their freedom. And of course, if you look at the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, one thing that is sacrosanct for everybody is the freedom for you to be alive, in as much as you are medically alive. The freedom for you to be alive, to be anywhere you want to be, in as much as you are a citizen or perhaps a legal resident of this country. So anything in real context that's going to take that freedom away from you in exchange for your psychological well-being, in exchange for your financial stake, and in exchange for whatever it is a form of kidnapping, which of course it is condemnable, it is absolutely ungodly, and is uncalled for. And for me, if you ask me, I'm sure you are going to ask, it's a failure of governance.
Right, a failure of governance, you see. Let me go to the security expert. How did we get here? Can you tell us the history behind kidnapping? How did it start? How did it come about this?
Well, kidnapping in Nigeria, I would not say, but it was blown out of proportion during the case of Evans.
Okay.
When Evans was caught and, collecting big ransom from people. So that was when it actually started. And when it started, we all hoped that the government would have nipped it at that period. But they did not. So most people now look at it, that is an avenue to make more money, whereby you kidnap people and the family, they are ready to pay because they don't want to lose the victim, they don't want to lose their family, they're ready to pay. Now they now notice that those that are jobless, those that want to live above their status, now feels that this is a way to make money. So they now go kidnapping people in different ways, asking for different money. Kidnapping is not just a Fulani. Let us not take it to the religious or ethnic this thing. Kidnapping is just, most people are involved, but at the end of the day, they want to say it's Fulani. No, that is not. Let us not take it that way. It is a failure from the government in the sense that there are no employment. People will graduate from school, there is no way for you to fix them in a job. So what they do? They will now come together and make themselves available. It's okay, this is what we'll do. Let's go for kidnapping. And that's how it started. And until now, I don't think the government has what it takes to stop it in our nation. Because most of the things that they need to do to stop it, they are not implementing it. Now, before now, a lot of people, they've come talk on this topic. But still, is there any solution? So kidnapping has started is the thing that will continue, not until the government wake up from their sleep and nip it at the bud.
Okay. So as a security expert, can you give us the tips on how this can come to an end?
Now, you see, as far as these kidnapping issues has to do with we ourselves as a family. You see, most of us want the world to know we are living extravagant lives. We want to show off. You see people in their car, they'll bring out box of money, they can't think. You know, you see those putting jewelries. I mean, whether you are rich or not, but the way you come out, make people to believe that if this person can live this type of life, definitely, if he is kidnapped or someone related to him is kidnapped, he will bring the money. You understand me? So we should try as much as possible to live a low life. You understand me? And the other thing is that we should try as possible to coordinate our movement. There are some people that they just like going through one session at every time. Try to alternate your movement. Try to know your neighbors. Try to avoid strangers. Try as much as possible to live low, like I said. With those few things, I believe we'll be able to curb it a little bit. But the part of the government should try as much as possible to make employment. Nigeria is a good country. Nigeria is blessed. But you see, we have problem with our government. When they come do the election, they come with different promises. At the end of the day, do they do it? How will a graduate of 5 years, 6 years, no job? Even when they are job, you now say, bring 5 years experience, 10 years experience. Somebody that going to work, how will he come 5 years experience? Now, what will you do? That person is a failure already. Now, what will you do? Now, they said, like-minded. You might see somebody that just comes out from the prison, say, now you don't have this job. Now, this is what we should do. Why not kidnap? Nothing will happen. Let's do it. And they try it, it happens. Now, they see there's money there. They keep on doing it. Now, who is suffering it? Some families are suffering it as a result of the, would I say, incompetency of our government. You understand me? That's why this thing is there. So I don't know. The government needs to come and do something.
All right. Okay, if you say so, let me go to the public affairs analyst. He said it's a failure of governance. Yeah. But do we think just the government will be able to bring an end to this?
Yes.
Don't we all have a stake to play on this?
All right. Thank you very much once again. While it is a public belief, and of course it is sensible for all of us to feel that security of our lives and property is the job of everyone. But don't let us forget that there is a provision of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria that gives absolute control of our lives and existence. The first major job for every government anywhere in the world, and as far as our own country, Federal Republic of Nigeria, is concerned, is for the government to be able to protect lives and properties of every Nigerian. So, and that's why if you say that, should we get involved? Fine. The answer will be yes, we have to get involved. But how much of percentage, how much of involvement is the citizen supposed to be involved? Oga has just said it, that all of us will have to probably start by knowing our neighbors, start by living well, start by curtailing our exposures. You see, on the streets, they call something see finish. See, Nigerians are the ones who are saying, don't let people see finish. Like a musician said, if you buy Gary somewhere, you stroll a bit further and go and buy sugar, so that they will not know you want to drink Gary. The person who has sold Gary to you will probably have the impression that you want to make a bar. The person who has just sold sugar to you at another place will have the impression that you probably want to drink tea or pub or something. That's it. So if we can do that for some flimsy reasons, why can't we do avoidance of what they call on the street see finish for what has to do with their life? You see people on social media posting all sorts of things. Somebody who do not even have 5,000 in his account is posting, God has blessed me. You see, we have reached a situation. So just to conceptualize it, is a multi-factor problem. Just like I said, we have the problem of, it's an economic crime, but why not also giving excuse to people who are engaged in these nefarious activities? We still have to go back to the point of the government, that the government has obviously shown inability to protect lives and property, which is the cardinal first major responsibility of every government. So now the question is, why the government is trying to protect, why the government is trying to provide jobs, so that the economic aspect of kidnapping will be taken away. The government should also be able to live up to that expectation, that responsibility of protection of lives and properties. But you see, the people who are doing it have seen it clearly that the current government has been led. We have to tell ourselves the truth. This is NTA, but we still have to say it. The Commander-in-Chief of the Federal Republic of Nigeria today is President Muhammad Buhari. The question you want to ask me is kidnapping isolated to Nigeria? The answer is no. It's a global problem. But it's becoming unabated here because the people who are involved in it have seen that the government as currently constituted do not have the capacity to catch them. If they are catching people seriously and they are jailing people, and people are saying that people who are involved in it are being punished, honestly, Nigerians are people who are usually afraid. That is the essence of punishment. That is the essence of correctional facilities. That is the essence of courts. But people are going away with it. People are being kidnapped. You see, because of the incoordination amongst the security agencies, some will escape, some will even be headed to escape. And the court, the judiciary, is not even able to bring some people to book. So it shows that the government has been exposed not to have capacity to be able to deal with it. And that's why you see people are now going into it, to connect it with the economic factor. No job, government will not catch us. Let us go and do this thing. So now, the government will have to provide job and also still show capacity. In the run up to 2015 election, we're all saying one of the things that chased away the previous government of President Goodluck Jonathan was the issue of insecurity in the northeastern part of Nigeria. Issue of insurgency, not even insecurity. So now what we're seeing is it has even moved beyond insurgency. It has moved up to the extent of People are being kidnapped mistakenly. As in those days, you know that they kidnap rich guys. These days, if you are dressing too much, if you are showing yourself on social media wrongfully for what you do not even have, people will kidnap you. That's second factor. Now we have said the factor of economy, the factor of incapacity of the government. The other major important factor is the over bloated impression we have all given to money in this country. That's the only value.
So whose failure is that? Whose failure is that? This that one from the parents?
No, yes, that failure is from the home. Majorly from the home.
Okay.
How do we train our people? What kind of music do we expose our children to? What kind of films? Everything. The musician in Nigeria today, if you want to blow, you have to sing about 50 billion in their account. Yes. Who has 50 billion in one's account? It's a lie. Somebody will sing Yahoo, another person will sing Kemishati Lowo, Ole Je Waya Waya. Why should it be Waya Waya? Why should it be come and marry? So that's the kind of everybody, the only thing they are saying on the street, in your home, in our offices, everywhere is money. Professors do no longer have value in this country. Nobody has value. So people who are not doing kidnapping, they are doing Yahoo just because they want to be rich. I grew up in a society where if you are a village headmaster, the society respects you. Go and become a professor in Nigeria today. People will tell you, shut up for a Yahoo boy. So we have over-bloated money. And in as much as we have done that, we are doing that, it's a wrong orientation. People will continue to chase money anywhere. Whether it involves
the home has a lot to do.
So the home has a lot.
If I may contribute to what he said, there is an incident. Why the part of the government, I will not mention the organization.
Okay.
Of recent, the bishop of Jeba.
Yes, yes.
You know,
Catholic priest.
Some armed forces, they were close to where they took him. So when those guys were going to those places, they said, where are you going to? Come back. Now what are you going to tell me? Are you telling me that those people that are not aware, these things they work?
You are a security expert. Is it a failure from you people? As in, are you not active, as in proactive to your work?
It's a failure. Not freedom.
Okay.
Now these days you see most military men, all this, they go on AWO.
Okay.
That's access without leave.
Okay.
Why do they do that? Because they are not properly paid. How will you go to somewhere, leave your family, go to a place, the stipend that is supposed to get to you, somebody somewhere, he's taking it. Look at how much they said the military contractor, they saw with him billions of naira that is meant to equip the military.
Because he wants to be respected in his community.
So
people will steal money.
So why are you blaming?
You cannot become a chieftaincy title holder if you don't have money.
Expert.
Yes.
You're bringing low pay into this.
Yes.
That's what is making you not perform properly.
Yes. We start money is a factor here.
Okay.
You start money is a factor here. When they pay them, you see, you know, why do they send our soldiers to sit alone?
And they perform great
they were paying them well. Then corruption has not gotten to this volume.
Okay.
Now, I mean, these days, the money that is meant for them, somebody is keeping it. You need to buy house in Dubai. You need to buy house in Turkey. Now, these guys, they will get to the bush, they will run away. They'll say, I will not go there and kill myself. I have family. All because how many of our military persons or security has insurance, just what we have in abroad? Now, somebody in America who wants to fight in the desert because he knows if he loses his life, insurance is there for his family.
Yes.
All right.
No, we have it in Nigeria. There's no insurance.
That's why the security experts are failing us.
Yes, because they say I cannot go and die for anybody.
But they signed for the job despite knowing it's low paid.
Unemployment.
Oh. Is that what you're bringing as a security expert?
Unemployment.
You don't give it.
No,
you're a security expert.
How many of them has passion? Now, in Nigeria, how many police to a citizen?
Okay.
How many police do you have to a citizen? When you go there, now they'll tell you they don't have people to give to you. Even the ones that they have, they give it all the big names. There are no police to do the right job policing.
And the few people who have even enrolled, if I may help, they are the people who do not even have the passion. People do not get, if you don't get what you want, there's a saying that you go for what you see. Yes. So if police is what is available, if Nigerian army is what is available, knowing fully whether you are supposed to die while doing that job, Nigerians will find out.
There's this saying,
hero tomorrow in some of these jobs, you must die.
There's this saying in our organization, for you to become a security operative, don't take it as a substitute.
Okay.
You understand me? Love the job.
It's your passion.
The passion, so that you'll be able to do it. Immediately you take any job as a substitute, the passion is not there. Because there's nothing.
And the security personnel needs to do something to ensure they employ people with passion. Because if you are not employing people with passion, then security is going to come.
There are people that wants to work that have that passion.
Okay.
Like I said, now, if you are paying somebody 42,000 naira, what does that give to you these days?
With the current inflation,
what does that give to you these days?
So the passion will still be affected.
I mean, that is why you see them, they want to collect bribe, they want to exchange money with drivers.
Okay. And because they know the uniform, those days, if they are wearing army uniform, police uniform, you don't need to be extravagant, you don't need to be extraordinarily rich before the society respects you. But today, society do not respect anybody, whatever uniform you are wearing. Those days, you only need to wear uniform, they will be. I remember when some of us were serving, ordinary Nigerian Youth Service Corps uniform. People want to respect. These days, people will drive past corps member and splash water on them.
When I was from Suleja, I took free ride from Suleja to Ilori. From Ilori, I took free ride to Bill because I was serving.
Nobody will give you that now because the person that want to give you is only to just get money. Because that's the only thing you can take in society for him to be respected.
So one thing is that either the Nigeria police, either army, they should try and give them good insurance.
You're talking for yourself. Then.
No, but that's the truth. Okay. That is what will make the passion to live.
So that even if they are not there, they should be able to be their family. You understand me?
Okay.
Now, I'm not speaking for Governor Wike. Look at the incident that happened in River State. Wike gave the family of those police that 3 million or something like that.
So that will encourage the
people want to die for him next time.
Oh.
They want to die for the
so it's all about money.
It is in this country, madam.
And you see, the other way to
without money we can't get it right.
No, we can get it right. How we can get it right is to do what is called value reorientation. We need to really reorientate our values.
And
we need to place much. It starts from home. And the government will also have to play. This is the role of National Orientation Agency. People NTA. I remember those days. Good people, great nations. Why you're doing that is inspiring us to want to be good people. So that you begin to now look for a way you can assist the family, assist the school, assist the government by rolling out jingles and orientations that can make people to see that look, there is more to life than money.
Finally, just a second from you. How do you think we can get it right to bring an end to insecurity?
Now, the way we can get it right to bring an end to insecurity. Now, like the institution I represent, which is, we are there at the grassroots. We give information. Now, let them involve this. In the hotel, you have security. In the mosque, you have security. Everywhere. Let the government involve most of those people to get information. You understand me? That one will help. I mean, that relationship, that one will help. Now, let us try as much as possible to have a good numerical number. I was talking to somebody somewhere. I said, even the NIA that we are doing cannot even identify most of us. Now, if a crime happens somewhere, like abroad, if I get to this area now, I want to see. First of all, I say, who are those that kidnap in this area? You see their names.
The data.
Who are those that are rapists in this area? You see their names. Do we have those data in Nigeria? Now we need data to function.
Data management to function.
Yes, to function.
All right, to you. Just a second. Tell us how can we get it right?
Yes, how we can get it right is for us going forward. To look very well as citizens. You see, nothing will happen to us without our involvement. This has happened to us, a government that is not able to show capacity to discourage people from going to what is disturbing us today. We are the same people who elected that government. Nigerians should go out there, get their PVCs, and make sure that the constitution has designed for us every 4 years. We have a right to retrace our steps, to evaluate ourselves, to see whether we have made mistake or we are doing the right thing. Let us do the right thing this time. Forget about the issue of money. If you use your stomach to decide on the day of election, you fail for it and you suffer for it. For the next choice, we should look forward. Going forward, we should use our head to make choices. Perhaps when we make the better choice, some of these things will be better.
Thank you very much for coming, sir. Thank you. Thank you for coming. I
You're
hope next time I'll call
welcome.
upon you, both your obligers.
These are countries, these are states.
Yeah,
they are available.
All right. Thank you very much. I've been speaking with a security expert and a public affairs analyst, and we've heard from them. So let's try. Security to me is everyone's business. The home has a lot to do. We need to inculcate good knowledge on our kids so that when they go out, they'll be good ambassadors of our home. Next on our lineup is entertainment with Favor Ejio.
Yeah, this one, what's this?
It is a box.
Chop the tomato, then no go ketchup. Oh yeah, come no. My soul blame them all. You go do you one kind of big one time, I'm to Vanessa. Anything you wish me, that be a passion. Bad man no the walker, man no be God. Make them the talker, I see they fly like helicopter. Now by the grace of God and inshallah with the move. Question, but then no get the answer. 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 Answer. Bassa, do. Yeah, go sing a solo when you dey move. See green light when I look at you. Last time I take picture with you. Now my cassava where you dey look. I cannot see what you do. So when we go get it wild like Chilesu, got the one you console. Anything you wish me, that be a passion. Man no be God, make them the talker. I see they fly like helicopter. Now by the grace of God and inshallah with them over. Question, but they no get the answer.
Hello viewers, welcome to the entertainment segment on Morning Safari. I am your favorite producer, I am your favorite presenter, Ejiro Favor. On our lineup of stories for today, I've got trendy stories to keep you going, but before then, let's take a short break. Nollywood actress Funke Akindele and her husband Abdul Bello, popularly known as JJC Skills, have ended their marriage. JJC Skills made this known via his Instagram page. Dear friends and family, I need to let you know that Funke and I have separated. While it lasted, we shared a lot of things together and have created 2 beautiful children. The last 2 years have been extremely difficult for us, he said. I know I have tried my best to fix things, but I believe it is beyond repair now. 3 months ago, and at Funke's insistence, I moved out of the house, and apart from AMVCA, I have not been able to get Funke to sit down in an amicable manner to discuss the future of our relationship. It's really heartbreaking, but what do I do? Well, that positivity in me hopes that they get back together and shame all those online in-laws. And to our next story for today, I feel blessed going to different countries and hearing people sing my songs, Ruga shares. Have you heard of this trendy story on TikTok? They use this song, Sports Car Looking Good in Dior. If you've not jumped on that trend, please go check it out. Well, Ruga has to say, while reflecting on the success he has so far achieved, Ruga said, I feel good. I feel blessed going to every country that I go to. People singing my songs word for word. I am a testimony. I thank God and I thank everyone that enjoys my music as it comes out every time. Never going to the studio to say, whatever I drop, they are going to listen. I go into the studio giving my 100% best and God will do the rest for me. Why putting your 100% best in doing what you do? Always bear in mind that God is there for us and He will pull through to whatever we go through. And to our last story, Sammy Oposo's celebrated wife on their wedding anniversary. Through his post, the controversial singer proved that no scandal is capable of separating a couple that God has joined together. Happy 12th wedding anniversary to us. 12 years done, forever to go. Our love is forever. God's grace is working for us, he wrote. A happy anniversary to them, and I pray that they get to celebrate more anniversaries. And that will be all on entertainment for the week. I am Ejiro Favor. And for more spontaneous story from the world of sport, stay glued to your TV.
Hello and welcome to the sports segment on Money Safari. I am Amarachi Onyeso. Now for the lineups for today. Fernandinho left Manchester City this summer, departing on a high after winning yet another Premier League title. The now former City captain will now return to his home country to sign with Atletico after originally representing the club from 2002 to 2005. The Brazilian previously appeared 72 times for the club, scoring 14 goals, before moving to Shakhtar in 2005 to begin what was a nearly 2-decade run in Europe. Leeds set to rival Everton for Harry Winks. Leeds United, according to the Liverpool Echo, is the latest team to indicate interest in signing Harry Winks this summer. However, Jetma's side may face competition from Everton, as Frank Lampard has identified the 26-year-old Englishman as someone who can add reinforcements to his midfielder. West Ham prioritized Lingard over Danjuma. West Ham are prioritizing a move for Jesse Lingard, with Express Sports claiming that efforts to lure Danjuma away from Villarreal are being put on hold. The Hammers want to bring a former Lone Star back to London Stadium after seeing him become a free agent at the end of his Manchester United contract. And that is the end of the sports segment. I am Amarachi Onyeso.
Yes, on that sporting note, we come to the end of this week's edition of Morning Safari. But before we go, we have no other country than Nigeria. Let's all have passion for our work, because with passion, we'll be able to get it right. Security is everyone's business. Let's all be security conscious, because life is precious. From me, Amina Yusuf, it's remain safe.